Good morning and happy Friday. It is a snow day here. If you can see, we actually have snow coming down. Quite a bit of snow and some snow on the ground too, which is a lot for this area. So it's pretty exciting. School was canceled and pretty much everything was canceled today. Swimming lessons, I had a speaking engagement, it was all canceled. So we are home and just enjoying a quiet, relaxing snow day. So good morning, and I'm running way late and my hair is still a little bit wet, but I just thought we're gonna hang out today. I have on yoga pants and it is just one of those days. So anyway, so glad to have you all here. Fridays are our day that we just hang out, and I'm kind of losing my voice and have a little bit of a cold. Fridays are the day that we just hang out and chit chat. Good morning, Jessica. I'm excited to get to hang out with you all at a little bit of a different time than we usually do because I'm running late today. So welcome for those of you who are new. My name is Crystal Payne and I'm the founder of MoneySavingMom.com. I am also the creator of the 14-day online course called Make Over Your Mornings, and that is at makeoveryourmornings.com. Hi, Keely. Yay! I know I haven't seen you on as much recently, so I'm glad that you got to be on live. Trying to get rid of some of these trolls so that the legit people can get in. Looks like we at least have some legit people in, so yay. Okay, so I'm going to start by, different time equals fewer trolls maybe. I'm going to start by reading from the 5 a.m. Miracle. We are on the very last day of this book, and there was one quote that I wanted to read to you. This is from chapter 10. Are we snowed in? I don't know. I mean, we could get out. It's not like there's tons of snow, but for this area, schools are closed. They don't have a lot of snow plows, and hi, Christy, and they are not as equipped to deal with snow because we don't get it very often here. And someone said that the roads are made out of different material or something so that it makes it harder. I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's not Kansas City. Jessica and I lived in Kansas City together, and we know that Tennessee is not Kansas City, and California, where Jessica lives, is not Kansas City. So anyway, so this is from the 5 a.m. Miracle, and this was so good. Yay, you finally made it, Cynthia. He said, amateurs do things when they feel like it, instead of when those things need to be done. Amateurs hope they will be successful instead of working directly for the success they desire. And amateurs work part-time on their dream instead of full-time on their clear and ambitious goals. So I was just challenging myself, am I an amateur? Or am I acting like a professional in how I am approaching things in life? Am I acting like an amateur, or am I acting like a professional? Because amateurs do things when they feel like it. Amateurs work part-time on their dream. Professionals work full-time on their clear and ambitious goals. So I just wanted to leave you with that from the 5 a.m. Miracle. Did you want to come say, oh, you have crazy hair this morning. Yes, this little boy got to sleep in, and you have crazy hair. Did you want to say anything?
Hi.
Did you want to tell them what you made for us for dinner last night?
French toast, and I'm making it for breakfast too.
He made French toast all by himself. I just gave you a little bit of help, but you learned what a 1 cup measuring was, what 1 teaspoon was. You basically did the whole entire recipe all by yourself, didn't you? And now he's making it again for breakfast this morning. He woke up this morning and he said, I'm going to make French toast for breakfast. So I was like, all right, I am working myself out of a job. Okay, are you going to go or what are you going to do? You're going to stay here for a little while? Okay. He was very sad though because he was supposed to, I had a speaking engagement that was local and he was so sad because he was going to get to go with me. And he was so sad it was canceled today. It was, his little heart was so devastated when he woke up this morning to see the snow. You think he would be excited, but he knew that the snow meant that there would be no speaking engagement. So that was sad, but there's going to be another one, right? And you get to go, you'll get to go to that. So, okay, so if you missed my scope last night, I announced what our next book club book is, and I'm really excited about it. It is Rest Assured by Vicki Courtney. And this one, I have only started it this week, but I've looked through it enough and feel like it's going to be really, really good. So, yay, you made it! And it's about a recovery plan for weary souls. So if you are feeling like you are weary, you are tired, your schedule is overloaded, join us for this book, Rest Assured. You can either pick up a copy from Amazon. Oh, do I need to? Okay, whoa, don't block the wrong person. Okay.
I wouldn't.
Oh, is she a Christian author? Yes. Do you still homeschool on snow days? Well, so I had a speaking engagement this morning, and so I had already gotten, we'd done extra so that we didn't have to do our morning sunlight school, so we didn't have to do that today, but the kids still have to do their math and their language arts and their science. But other than that,
I don't have science.
And you don't have science. That's right. Nope, you don't. So this book, we will start it on Monday, and you can pick up a copy if you would like to join us. You can download a copy off of Amazon. You can probably get it at your local bookstore, or you can just tune in to the Scopes, and I'll be sharing lots of helpful ideas and inspiration from it, and so you don't need the book to participate and watch the Scopes, but a lot of people find that it's helpful to do that. So we'll start that on Monday, and we'll be doing a chapter a day. There are 8 chapters, so it'll probably take us a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Are you smiling at somebody? Okay, and then let's see. I had someone submitted some questions via Instagram because she said she doesn't always get to get on it. So I was going to read those first. You go, well, okay, you're gonna block the person. Okay. Oh, can you say hi to Eve? Can you say hi, Eve?
Hi.
Oh, we're still getting rid of some of these trolls. He's gotten good. He knows what trolls are and what they aren't. Okay, so I'm gonna answer these 2 questions first, and then if you have questions that you would like to ask, be sure to copy and paste them so that if I don't get to them, you can ask them throughout the broadcast, and hopefully I'll get to them, but sometimes they're going by quickly and I don't get to see all of them. So copy and paste it, and you can keep asking it until hopefully I see it. Okay, so these questions were on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm the MoneySavingMom on Instagram. And let's see, the first question was, I'm wondering if you agree with the 5 a.m. Miracle, this book, where he talks about the need to only read fiction at night for part of your bedtime routine. I read every night before bed, but it's usually non-fiction, such as one of your books or some other personal development title. Is it really necessary to switch to fiction at night in order to wind down better? I think you do what works for you. So if you can read nonfiction and you feel like, what are you doing? Okay. Don't block the wrong person. Okay. This is like a game or something. If you can read nonfiction and it's not causing your brain to swirl and you think up all these ideas and you're able to then rest and relax and go to bed, then I think you can totally read whatever you want to read before bed. Just, focusing on things that aren't going to cause your brain to get all excited. And then she said, also, is there anything Jeff advises that you would disagree with or advise differently, especially from the mom perspective? And this is from the 5 a.m. Miracle. I was actually surprised. I thought that there would be a lot of stuff in it that I would not agree with, but I thought it was very balanced, and off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that I thought, wow, just, okay, good job, you blocked them. So off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that I really disagreed with. I thought that he had a really good balanced perspective. As with any book, you always either take the bones, take what works for you, and just guiltlessly leave the rest, because we can't do it all. She says, get them, Silas. Okay, and then she had one other question, and that was, for the webinar yesterday, I was mainly just wondering what your overall take was on his program. Are you a big believer or just lukewarm? I couldn't get a good read on your nonverbal expressions when he was talking. Okay, so for those of you who missed, yesterday we had... You are crazy. I'm going to have to send you out. I am going to have to send you out. Okay. He needs to be my new co-host. When will the webinar be available? I think they should be sending out an email, I would assume, by early afternoon. So if you missed yesterday, I did a webinar on self-publishing with Chandler Bolt, and he is the founder of Self-Publishing School, and it's self-publishingschool.com. And so on the webinar, just to be, can you go ahead and go out now, okay? Can you go ahead and go make your French toast, okay?
I already made it.
Oh, you already made it? Okay, well then go ask Daddy what else. Oh, did you empty your trashes? Okay. Yeah, okay, all right, you go ahead and go out. Yeah, I thought that I took 4 pages of notes on the webinar, but okay, so to be 100% perfectly transparent, honest, okay, you need to go out now, because you're just being a distraction. So to be 100% perfectly honest, it made me it was really outside my comfort zone. I knew that he was going to be promoting his product. I knew that his product was quite expensive, and I never really I can't think I've ever done a webinar that was pushing a product before, and it wasn't my product, and so that felt a little weird. It was a lot higher of a price point than I would have, than any of my products are, and so it felt out of my comfort zone, and I was nervous because I thought, oh my goodness, you work really hard to build trust, and integrity is so important, and I just thought, I don't know how people are going to receive this. I don't know how it's going to go. So anyway, but to answer your question, she asked about, am I a big believer or just lukewarm? So here are my thoughts. I feel like if you are highly, highly, highly committed to writing a book, and you're struggling with getting it written, and you want to do a really great job of marketing and promoting it, and you would like to earn a good income from your book. So that's not just some little side thing that you do, but it's actually like a really good passive income every single month off of your books. Then I feel like it's definitely worth looking into. Yes, it's expensive, and so if you do not have the money in your budget, please do not buy it. There will be something else, there will be another opportunity. Like, do not feel like if you don't do this, it's going to be the end of the world, because it never is. So if you don't have the money in your budget, don't even listen to what I'm going to say now. But if you do have the money in your budget and you're thinking about doing it, here's what I want to say. I looked extensively at the program, got to know Chandler and everything before I felt comfortable even doing the webinar, because I wanted to make sure that it was going to be really helpful information. And I said I pushed back on a lot of his stuff. He actually had to change his whole entire slideshow. He did 10 webinars this week, and I think I was the only one who said, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to change a lot of things for my audience, because that won't work for my audience. And so he was so gracious to really want to provide a lot of information and bring value and do it in a way that would serve my readers well. But I still knew it was a little bit edgy to have it, such a strong sales push and such an expensive product. So that aside, I feel like the value in the program is, one, the accountability, 2, the fact that he has a lot of experience. He's done a really good job of it. 3, I feel like the program is very high quality. 4, you get a lot with the program. And 5, I think that the coaching that comes with the program is basically worth the price of the program. So just to be candid, like if somebody hires me to coach, I charge at least $500 an hour. I just have to make it worth my time. And that's pricey. But with the program, you get a lot of coaching. And so I feel like the value of just having the coaching is really makes the price seem more reasonable, because if you were to go and hire a coach, you're usually going to pay at least $100, if not $300, if not $500, if not more per hour for a coach. And I have paid that much for coaches in the past, and it's been very helpful to me. So just thinking about what is it that you want, what do you see yourself doing long term? Is this something you really want to pour yourself into? If not, then please don't spend the money on it. Please don't spend the money on it. But if you feel like, I really think I can do this, I really want to put myself into this, I really see that we're going to invest this time and this effort and this money, and then long term, we're going to reap that back times 30 or 60, then go do it. As long as you have it in your budget. So, and then the other thing that I was going to say is I really like the fact that he has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I think that's huge, but more than that, I like the fact that he has a guarantee that if you don't hit #1 in a good category on Amazon, if you follow all the things, they will give you all your money back too. So it's kind of like they have 2 money-back guarantees. Within 30 days, if it's not a good fit, you can get your money back. And then at the end, if you find that it wasn't, you didn't hit #1 in a category, then you're going to get your money back. So I feel like that speaks a lot for him and for his program, and the level of excellence that is there. So anyway, if you missed the webinar yesterday and you're curious what we're talking about, it is this course and this package that's only available this weekend by Chandler Bolt. And you can go to MoneySavingMom.com/scope, and there's a link there. I think if you sign up for the webinar, you might get the replay. There's also a link there for a free mini series that kind of gives you an idea of what the course will be like. So it was $19.97 for the whole shebang, and then I think there's one that's, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think there's one that's a lower level that's $5.97. And I actually thought he was going to promote that one, and I didn't realize he was going to promote the whole shebang. But anyway, live and learn. So that was a long drawn out whatever, but I just felt like I needed to put that out there because I promoted it on Scope, and I just thought for those of you who might have questions or wonder, I just wanted to be super honest with you and know where you stand. Yeah, that's a lot of money, but you think of, so I charge $500 an hour for coaching. So if you get 8 coaching sessions, that's just one of many things that you get with it. So 8 coaching sessions, you think about that and you start, adding up the money. And so it's like I was talking about my ghost editor. I paid her tons more than that for doing my books, and obviously my publisher covered that cost. But in the publishing world, and especially what you can make back, and what he showed about like the kind of income that he's making off of his ebooks because of what he's doing and what he's teaching, and the people that are like the return on the investment. If you do it well, there's a lot of money to be made self-publishing. There's a lot of money to be made self-publishing. So yeah, like Keely said, the price is high, but you think, okay, if I'm going to invest $2,500, and basically he's teaching you how to start a self-publishing business. And you think if I invest $2,500 and then I end up earning $30,000 this year off of self-publishing, that was a good investment. And then if I continue to earn passive income every single month for the rest of my life, then it makes it a very different perspective. So it's not like he's not just teaching you how to do like a 1-book thing that you're going to make maybe a few $100s off. It's like a whole big thing. So anyway, but all that aside, if you don't have the money, it's not for you. So, okay. On to the questions. I didn't mean to, I guess, yeah, we needed to talk about that. So the education is worth it, but you can get it step by step. I mean, you can go and teach yourself. It does take discipline. It's not a get rich quick thing. Yes, there are basically no get rich quick things. So yeah. But anyway, Lisa, I posted about you last night. I did a post on hand lettering and recommended your site because I have been so inspired by you, and I said that you were the person who inspired me with hand lettering. So if you missed that post, it went up on MoneySavingMom last night. Love my hoodie. I love my hoodie too. This is our. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna wear my yoga pants, and my hoodie. So your editing, I cannot wait to see. Lisa is working on a surprise, guys. She has something in the works. I cannot wait to see. Yay, you got to catch me live. Okay, so a Choose Love sweatshirt in time for February. Where did you see that? Because, yeah, that's coming. We have a red Choose Love sweatshirt that's supposed to be coming. Yeah, us and our matching hoodies. We wore our matching hoodies for the Makeover Your Year webinar the other night. Webinar, whatever we call it. Coaching, maybe that's better. And because it was funny because I came downstairs and I was getting ready to go get ready for I thought we were to look presentable, and he's wearing his hoodie and he's like, this is what I'm wearing. And I'm like, well, I can't really dress up then if that's what you're gonna wear. So oh, I'm so glad that I answered. Thank you for asking those questions. That was great questions. He had on his hat. Yep, he wears his hat a lot. Yeah, I'm excited that it's gonna come out in red because I feel like I don't wear red, but it's a different color, and people have been begging for colors, and so they came up with that idea. How did I like the C.S. Lewis book? I'm not completely finished with it. Everyone keeps telling me that if I just hold out till the end, that it's going to be worth it. So my plan is to finish it this weekend. So that is Till We Have Faces by C.S. Lewis, and that was inspired. I was inspired to read that by Jessica. So, sorry, I have no idea what happened to my picture. Probably didn't recognize my egg yet. It took me a second, but I figured it out. Yes, so Till We Have Faces. Can you wear red? The right shade on you might be lovely. I can wear like a burgundy-ish, purplish sort of, but it had almost like a cranberry, but a bright red. This is not working. How do you do all you do and homeschool? Well, I have a lot of help, and I only now in my life do the few things for the most part that I really love doing. So my husband and I co-homeschool. So I homeschool in the morning and he homeschools in the afternoon. And so I do history, geography, creative writing, handwriting, and read alouds and Bible. And so I do that in the morning, and I work with all of the kids together. We all sit at the table and we work all together, and then they split off and they do their math, science, and language arts, and Jesse works with them on that. And we also have a mother's helper that we hired maybe 4 months ago, just because we felt like it would be really nice to have some extra help. We had the wiggle room in our budget, and so she comes in. She's coming on Mondays and Thursdays now, and so she helps. Like yesterday, Jessie was out of town, and so she helped with, she has her degree in education, so she will help us sometimes with the homeschooling as well. She did some reading with the kids yesterday and oversaw their math and language arts. So she helps out with that too, and then she's been helping me with having the kids do the laundry and do their chores, and so then we can have a meeting if we need to, or whatever. So I have a great team for the business, and they do a really good job of protecting me so that I can focus on what only I want to focus on, and what feeds me and what is life-giving, and what only I need to do. So that's kind of the basics. It's taken us a long time to get there, but we're now at a place where I have rest and I have margin in my life, and it's a beautiful thing. How do you decide which big idea to work on? Are you talking about like for like business, a big business idea, or just any idea in life? Business. Okay. I would say that I kind of look at the 80-20. So what is going to be the best return on my investment of time, and what I have the capacity to do, and what is going to be like feed my soul. So for instance, this year us just really focusing on Periscope, me writing posts on my blog, and doing some digital products. Like, those are the things that I'm going to focus on, because that's really the 80-20. I love Periscope, but Periscope has also been really good for building our business. It's been a really great thing for that. And kind of, it also allows me to put a lot of material out there, learn what works, figure out what people are interested in, and then we transcribe most of the Periscopes. We have a transcriber in the Philippines who transcribes most of my scopes, and so then we take that and we turn those into blog posts and email newsletters and hopefully digital products as well. So there's a lot of value in me scoping, and I love it. I just love it, so I'm going to do it because I love it. But then doing digital products, because I feel like it's much more worth my time and effort for me to be at home and be able to say, I'm going to invest this half a day on Saturday, twice a month, to digital products versus me traveling and speaking and working with other companies, like a publisher on a product, and having to spend hours and hours and hours and days of a month, and I'm not going to see the return on my investment that I would by doing a digital product myself. So I think it's because I'm stubborn and independent some, and I like to be my own boss. So I think that that's for me. Also having a good team of people around you, who just, like, people in your life who can speak into that. If you say, like, here's these 4 opportunities and I don't know what to do with it, and they can kind of help you. They don't necessarily have to be people who work for you, but just people who are wise and know you well, and they can kind of help you sift through that. It makes my home life and work balance so much better for my year of rest. And I almost want to be ready to say, I think I'm going to have a life of rest instead of just a year of rest. You stubborn? Yeah, no, Do I think it's possible to have a blog making $1,000 per month without being on social media? That's a good question. Honestly, I feel like if you have good Google ranking, you can make good money without having to promote anything on social media. But it's hard to get that Google ranking without promoting stuff on social media. So it's kind of this catch-22. Yes?
I finished my school.
Okay. Alrighty, good job. Okay, can you go you can get my pens and you can go do the pens. Okay? All right. So I think that would be one thing. So, like, for instance, I have this post on my blog that is I think it's like a completely honest review of Stitch Fix. That post on my blog that I do nothing with, that I don't promote, except for maybe every once in a blue moon I might link to it or promote it on social media, it brings in $15 to $75 every single day. And I'm basically on that post saying, don't use Stitch Fix. But because it's such an honest review, and because so many people are searching online for reviews of Stitch Fix, honest reviews of Stitch Fix, that one, if you search, at least last I looked, if you search on Google for Stitch Fix honest reviews or Stitch Fix reviews, it will come up kind of as one of the top post. So people are finding it through that, and then they're reading it, and then some people are signing up. And I don't get credit off of Stitch Fix anymore because they have a max of how much credit, so they switched me over to cash. And so that's been kind of crazy. It's just an example of how when Google likes your post, how they will help you out a ton with you doing nothing for it. So I think that there is, I have not done a lot with SEO, and so a lot of people probably have like 50 posts like that, but for me that's just been one that's been kind of fun because I never dreamed that anything would come of that, and then it's turned into this like little every single day thing. So I guess all that to say that you can definitely earn money without social media, but I feel like that the climate of the online world has changed so much now that people they are on social media a lot more than they're on blogs. And honestly, it's been surprising to me that my traffic has stayed when it's stayed. That I thought maybe this was going to be the year that my traffic was going to dip down, because people have just so shifted to Periscope, to Instagram, to other forms of social media. But I know that that's happened with a lot of people, because people want kind of that quick sort of thing, and a lot fewer people are into really sitting and engaging with a blog post. So I don't know if that helps at all, but those are just some of my thoughts on that. So it's interesting to watch the blogosphere. How often do you and your husband have date night? I guess it depends upon what you consider to be date night. We like to watch a show after our kids go to bed. We do have a TV, but we don't have cable, so we don't really have our TV on except for movies sometimes, and maybe some kind of sporting event. But at night, after our kids go to bed, my husband and I really like to watch a show, because a movie is usually too long and we'll stay up too late. We like to watch a show. He loves Fixer Upper. My kids are really into the HGTV shows, and you can get them on Amazon. And so that's usually what they do. Yay, you caught me live! So we try to do that, kind of have this little at-home date night where, there's no electronics and it's just us snuggling and watching a show. We try to do that at least a few times a week, and some weeks are better than others, but it usually always happens at least once or twice a week. And then we are trying to get better about doing more during the day dates. Now that we have our mother's helper, that was one of the reasons that we can then do lunch dates. And so we've been trying to do, I would say probably at least once a month, if not every other week. So I just turned Jesse into a real estate side job on an HGTV show. Yeah. We'll see what long-term, what happens with real estate with him, because he's so passionate about it, but he's also really passionate about fitness. Those are his two things that any spare moment that he has, he's reading about, carbs and macros and micros and this fitness thing and this fitness thing. And then he's, he just loves that. And then he loves the real estate stuff. And so it just cracks me up, these things that I never would have pictured for my husband when we got married. And he just loves it. You love lunch dates, big peek of both of us working at home. HGTV, we got Sling for a little while. And then we decided not to keep it because we felt like we weren't using it enough. We tried not to have any memberships or monthly subscriptions that we're not really using. He should have a fitness column. Oh my goodness, he loves anything to do with fitness. He's so into it. And he is really knowledgeable too. Do we read any books as a couple? We have, but I'm trying to think if we recently we've been going through the Fighterverses as a family. He told me that he's reading Sex Begins in the Kitchen. And he told me he's reading that book this month. So I was thinking, maybe I should read that book this month too. So we might read that one together. I thought that would be a good one for us to read together. But it's a good book. I've read it before, but it seems like your life is an open book. Just curious if there's anything you keep private. Yep, there's a whole lot I keep private. So I love that there's so much that we get to invite people into, but there's so much that we don't invite people into because, especially for my kids, I feel like it's important for them to not live in a fishbowl. And so there's a lot that we don't share online just because we want to protect them. And there's a lot that we don't share about our marriage and our relationship. And like for instance, last year, and we're still in the middle of it, we had a huge big thing going on in our lives. And I didn't talk about it on the internet because it's not my story. And so there's a lot. I always say that it's like you get to look in, it's like we have a wooden fence in our backyard and we live in the house. My kids are playing in the backyard, and you get to peep through the little holes and get to see little glimpses into their life. But we purposely don't share a lot just because we want to just give them a normal childhood and just have them like not have all their life on display. So yeah, talk about what you share with your kids. That's really important. When they get older, we talk a lot with our kids about what to share and what not to share, and what they would like to have out, what they feel comfortable with and what they don't. And sometimes they don't want certain pictures. I don't want it to ever be like I'm hawking my kids or using my kids in some way. So we just try to really protect them. Mom, are you going to post that? Yeah. And that's the thing, like, I don't want my kids to do things so that I will post about it, so that then like that would give them some sort of ego, or like doing things specifically to get a post on my blog. And so that's one thing we work hard against, because I don't want them to think that they're anything special, because they are special, but they're special because they are made in God's image, not because Mom has a lot of followers online. So that's one thing that we've tried to just really work on, and it's a hard road to navigate because you don't know. One thing is that we don't share with them a lot of stuff of the online stuff. They know about the books. They get super excited about the books. They know a little bit about the online stuff, but they don't know a lot of it. And then we kind of protect them from a lot of just situations where they might, if somebody's like, oh my goodness, you're like a celebrity, which happens, and just not really having them be in situations where they would sense that from other people, because I feel like that could go to their head, and then they would think like, we're special because my mom's special, and so I don't know, it's a hard road, and we're constantly trying to figure out how to navigate it. So try not to talk to your kids, but not blogging about family and home. How to remind your kids to have their breakfast before their activities. It's a little bit hard sometimes. Yeah, being a mom is hard. Teens have changed the game around here. I think that my oldest is turning 11 next week, and I think it's a new world. It's a new world that we are going into, and it'll be interesting to see what the future holds. I know we're close to teens. My kids are always like, this many more years until I'm a teenager. I'm like, don't tell me. We just started in the evenings though, where I'm doing devotions with the kids before bed, and I have an individual book that I read with each of them, and that has been so good. For Catherine, I got Lies Young Women Believe. It's a little bit over her head, but as far as like, she's not into the boys and that sort of thing yet, but there's a lot of really good stuff in it, and my kids are just loving that, just doing that together, and we just set the timer for 10 minutes, and I do it with each of them, and it's my time to just sit there and really talk with them and say, how are you doing? And I'll read a page or two from the book. What do you think of that? Is there anything that you want Mommy to pray for you tonight? Is there any questions that you have? And that's been really good, and I feel like as they get older, really making that time that, it's just a short little time every day, but that it's like, it's their time, and that we really are connecting and talking and communicating and asking the hard questions, and talking about the hard subjects, and letting them feel free to ask hard questions. Sometimes we'd rather run away from that, but letting them feel free that they can ask those hard things, and that we will address them as best as we know how. It's a hard world that we live in. There's a lot of, like, just for instance, with the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing, my kids have asked a lot of questions about that. And, sometimes you don't know how to answer, but just having to say, you can always ask us. You can always ask us if you have any questions, and we will do our best to answer them. There is no subject that is taboo with Mom and Dad. And so that's been good and hard, but I'm glad that they come to us and ask us those hard questions, because sometimes it just forces us to be on our knees and just cry out to God and say, God, please give me the words that I need for this. So I've been rambling for a long time. I don't even know how long I was on here for, but thanks for hanging out with me. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I will look forward to talking to you sometime. I'll probably be on sometime this weekend. And if not, for sure, I will see you on Monday morning, hopefully back to my normal time of 7:30 a.m. Have a great day.